leading the way, on air, online, and on the go. WLWT News 5 at noon starts now.
Sandoval, high and deep. Will it stay fair? That is way out of here. Pablo Sandoval.
Pablo Sandoval hitting one of the longest home runs in GABP history last night. The mystery goes that it actually went in the river. It helped put last night's game away and forced a decisive Game 5. It is winner take all. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Cooney here with George Vogel. Who would have ever thought we'd be sitting here for Game 5? George?
Yeah, I didn't imagine I was going to be at the Moorline Lager House 3 straight days this week. I thought the Reds would wrap this up, honestly, maybe by last night,
right.
Okay? I'll give them a game on Tuesday night. But here we are, the decisive Game 5 in the National League Division Series, the Reds and Giants. And those fans getting in the stadium now better get there in a hurry or they might miss something, because those that were late last night missed something that wasn't good.
Oh, you better believe it. The second pitch, is that when it went out?
Yes, it was. We'll show those highlights right now. Mike Leake starting for the Reds yesterday, and his second pitch drilled by the Giants leadoff hitter, Angel Pagan, into the right field seats for a 1-0 San Francisco lead. Mike Leake allowing 5 runs and 4 1/3. The other big story, the Reds just couldn't drive home any runners. They had base runners, but they kept leaving them stranded. Joey Votto had a tough afternoon in that sense. And by the time Pagan doubled home another run in the top of the 5th, this game was over. 8-3 was the final. It's a winner-take-all this afternoon, and Reds utility player Todd Frazier says the team is ready for a momentum shift.
They built a little momentum. I mean, you'd be lying if they didn't, but we're home. We're in a home stadium. We got our home fans, and they'll be behind us 100%. So we'll come back tomorrow and just join the fans getting behind us.
Game time set for 107. Matt Latos taking the mound for the Reds. He was the Game 1 savior after Cueto left the game injured after just 8 pitches. He came in and fared very well. The Giants will march out their Game 1 starter, ace Matt Cain. So the battle of the Mats today here in Cincinnati.
Who's going to take it to the mat? We hope our Matt comes out on top. A lot of fans have been jumping on the opportunity today to see the game. I don't know how many more excuses they can come up with to their boss. I mean, they're running out of excuses, I'm sure.
Game 5's a good excuse.
It is
just
a good
be truthful. Just say, look, I'm going to the game.
The boss led the way out the door.
Yeah.
Crossley Terrace right now is packed with fans. We can see them heading over to the stadium. In the middle of it all is News 5 Sports Director Ken Brew. Ken, how's it going?
Lisa, fine, but we have to do a factual correction right now.
I'm in a place in my career right now where team is everything. And
record at the Moorline House is 8 straight days in a row. So don't let him kid you that it's 3 days in a row and he can't believe it. Now, come on. If we're going to be factual, let's be factual here. Hello from the Crossley Terrace. Fans are filing in as you might expect. This is it, man. This is winner take all, loser go home. And I don't think the Reds envisioned themselves being in this position when they left San Francisco on late Sunday night, but here they are. The story from Game 4, too many runners left on base. You got to score runs, and that was their problem. Joey Votto, in particular, had a rough Game 4, twice coming to the plate with runners on first and second and failing to move them along. The Reds left 10 on base. The Giants had no problem scoring runs. They got 8 across the plate. But today is a new day. Dusty Baker, today is the picture of confidence.
It's all hands on deck, but right now it's Latos' game, and we hope that he can take us deep into the game, and that we can have a big offensive day. That would be primo right now.
And that's exactly what they need. There's no question about it. Dusty Baker, his team, backs against the wall, but they've been there before, many times before. We're live outside Great American Ballpark. It is 8 days in a row, right, George?
Yeah, I believe that's right. And my record's much more than that, but we won't get into it. Hey, it's a good place down here on the banks, right?
It is a good place to be. He has a special seat
and boy,
all to himself.
Dusty's shirt hurt my eyes.
Well, that must be his lucky shirt. That shirt's going to do it. If anything does, it'll be that shirt.
It's going to do something.
Fans without tickets have been filling the bars and restaurants, have we said, here on the banks. But another popular destination has been Fountain Square.
Yeah, Reds fans like to gather down there. It's almost like a tailgating atmosphere. And we'll take a look at Fountain Square from the top of Carew Tower. And somewhere down there is a little speck named Andrew Setters, our News 5 reporter. Andrew.
Hey, George, Lisa. The crowd is starting to filter in here to Fountain Square. People are kind of stopping by here on their way to the game or just kind of getting comfortable, preparing to watch the game from here on Fountain Square. And everybody is excited. I've been talking to people about the fact that this has gone to a Game 5. Nobody excited about the fact that this had to go to Game 5. But Reds fans we talked to are confident in the win today.
I'm down here because I want to watch them clinch the playoffs today. I was down here when they clinched the division title, and I figure I'd come back down and watch them clinch it today for good luck.
Matt Latos pitched a perfect game. Drew Stubbs, it's a walk-off.
Yeah, very specific predictions from some of the Reds fans there. The party is going on here. There is music. The game is going to be up on the big screen here at Fountain Square. If you couldn't grab a ticket to get to the game, this is not a bad place to be in. If you're stuck in one of these office buildings here, it's not a bad place to take a very long lunch this afternoon. Live on Fountain Square, Andrew Setters, News 5.
Andrew has been encouraging people this whole week to, to make up a story, cut off of work, but you're running out of excuses.
I'll be calling you Monday morning, Andrew, to get my next excuse.
His are bad, trust me, they're bad excuses.
Maybe tomorrow morning if the Reds win. Could be a late night.
It could be.
Well, downtown filled with Reds fans, apparently playing hooky.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Allison Montoya is greeting some of the fans down here walking in the Great American Ballpark. A bit of a late arriving crowd today, but if I'm arriving, I want to be greeted by Allison Montoya.
She's been to every game, too, this week. Are you dragging a little bit, Allie Poo?
I'm dragging a little bit, you guys, but this is insane. I found some people that are playing hooky from work. Somebody that wouldn't do an interview for me earlier because, well, I guess he was playing hooky from work. He didn't want to get in trouble. The atmosphere down here is just crazy. It's going to get a little bit crazier as we get a little bit closer to the game. People are still streaming in, but we've got a DJ over there. He was playing the Gangnam Style song, where the guy rides the invisible horse. I will spare you guys. I will not do that. But let's look across here in the plaza at Great American Ballpark. A lot of people headed in here. It's so neat to see. We got a lot of kids, a lot of families. But most importantly, I am joined by one of Reds' super fans. This is Erin from Liberty, Indiana. She's also a big fan of Ken Brew, so she just got to meet him, and we'll get their picture together. But tell me how big of a Reds fan you are.
I'm as big as they come. My dad brought me down to Riverfront Stadium from the time I was in diapers. I'm 32 now and still kicking it here at the Great American Ballpark. Go Reds, #1.
I like that. But, a lot of us Reds fans, of course I'm a Reds fan too, I thought we were going to come back and sweep them. What was your feeling? And we had some people booing the team too. You were here last night. Tell me more on that.
I was here last night. I did notice it was hard to tell what side the fans were on once we started to get down, but I think it makes it interesting. The Reds got it. We'll get it today. It's a great day for baseball, and I think just drag it out one more day. It gives me a day off work and gives us more to talk about.
All right, since you know everything about Red sports, so I'm going to put her on the spot. Matt Latos, how stellar is he going to be today?
Stellar. He's rested for a few. We're good. They're going to start him, and he's going to go a solid, I'm going to call it 6 innings today.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to give you a hug. All right, thanks so much, Erin. You have fun. And guys, we're going to toss it back to you.
Sounds good, Allison. We have a few more pregame details. Reds Hall of Famer George Foster is going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. And he has magic on his side. He scored the winning run in 1972 in the National League Championship Series on a wild pitch. And then country singer Rodney Atkins will sing the national anthem.
Yeah, that was that game Johnny Bench hit the home run in the ninth to tie it.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, we're talking 40 years now.
And you remember like it was yesterday.
Unlike the fan we just interviewed, I wasn't in diapers when Riverfront Stadium opened. I was long past that stage.
Well, it's October. It's sunny. It's an absolutely beautiful day. Maybe a little bit chilly, but with the sun on us, it's awesome. Let's check in with meteorologist Eric Zarnitz. What's it going to be like at game time, Eric?
Well, Lisa, things are looking pretty nice as we head into the afternoon. Now, if you remember, yesterday we had those fairly strong winds out of the northwest that helped with a lot of those home runs. Today we have winds that are actually turning to the south, and they're going to be much lighter, so not too much help in the home run department. Now, as we continue on through the day, we're going to continue seeing that sunshine as well, and those chilly temperatures we were dealing with this morning, well, they've sort of melted away a little bit. We're finally into the upper 40s in many locations, some spots even into the lower 50s as we continue on through the afternoon. First pitch, I think we're going to be right around 55 degrees, last out 61, so a comfortable day. You may want to bring a light coat with you, though, because for post-game, temperatures will start dropping off yet again this evening.
Thanks, Eric. Well, no shortage of team spirit for Reds fans. Check out this guy. There's a little chill in the air for him because he shaved his loyalty in his chest hair. That's a Cincinnati wishbone see. He says he wanted to settle it once and for all. Who is the #1 Reds fan? We want to see your pictures. Maybe not of shaved chest hair, but upload them to our website and you might see them on the air. I keep checking, George. Do you have anything to show us
look,
there?
I'll tell you what. You saw Dusty Baker's shirt. That's what my chest hair looks like. It's every color in the rainbow. At some age, that happens to you.
Well, I'm going to be looking at that in the commercial break, I think.
That's terrible. Yeah. Todd's back in the studio, right? With the rest of the day. Get me out of this, Todd. Let me just dump this in your lap.
I'll be happy to take it, guys. All right, thanks very much. We're obviously going to check back in with George and Lisa in just a moment. But along with the Reds, we're also looking at another National League matchup, the series that will determine who the Reds will play next. That's if Cincinnati can win today. Will win. How's that sound? Also, the video we can't see enough of, the man who ran on the field at Great American, delaying the start of Game 3. What the judge had to say about it coming up next here on News 5 at noon. Welcome back, everybody. In less than an hour from now, the Reds taking the field in a must-game win. It's a live look at the Moorline Lager House, the beer garden there. A lot of people ready to head into Great American Ballpark. The sellout crowd trying to make its way into the stadium right now. We're going to take you back to the ballpark in just a bit. First and new at noon at this hour, it's been 7 months since a 16-year-old was found dead on the side of a road in Terrace Park. And now a 23-year-old man's facing charges in his death. Police found Colin Barton's body on the side of Wooster Pike back in March. Officers say Colin left a party and was walking home. Adam Horvath went to police the morning after the crash, saying that he'd fallen asleep at the wheel and thought he'd hit a deer. Initially, investigators called it a tragic accident. Well, now Hamilton County's prosecutor wants to charge Horvath with vehicular manslaughter. Well, the man who ran onto the field before the start of Game 3 between the Giants and the Reds faced a judge yesterday. Take a look at video of Reeves Grogan. He ran out before the first pitch on Tuesday. He was eventually tackled, arrested, and booed by the crowd. Grogan pleaded not guilty to several charges, including trespassing. The man from L.A. has been banned from Great American Ballpark. Well, they want to be second in command. The two candidates vying for vice president going head-to-head tonight in the Bluegrass State. We'll have a preview for you of what's in store. And again, a live look at Great American Ballpark on this Thursday afternoon. 1:07 is the start time for the Giants-Reds game. That's in a little less than an hour from now. Everybody's fingers are crossed here in Cincinnati. The Reds need a win, and in a big way, Eric.
And look at that Ohio River glimmering in the sunlight. Beautiful sunny day for that Reds game, and temperatures, we're going to warm things up into the lower 60s. But tonight, yeah, we're going to cool things off, but not quite as cool as it has been. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up. You're watching WLWT News 5.
Well, the Reds' push for the NL pennant continues in just about 45 minutes from right now. It's a must-have for the Reds, struggling to find a win after taking the first 2 ball games out in San Fran. But in baseball, as George and Lisa know, every day is a new day. So let's head back to the ballpark to see how things look outside Great American.
Todd, very poetic once again. It's a new day, and I believe, and Cincinnati police are ready for whatever happens.
They are?
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Because anything can happen.
You're right about
There's
that.
Another one. No, it's a good thing they are ready, because one thing is for sure. One way or the other, there's going to be a celebration today. It might be Giants fans, but, you know, could be Reds fans.
Stomp on your foot if I could right now.
Well, it's going to happen, one way or the other.
So let's talk about it. Fans will notice as they're walking in the police barricades. We've seen them. They're already set up, blocking off streets. And not as noticeable extra security at the ballpark. The Reds beefed it up a bit after a protester ran out on the field during Tuesday's game. Reds management say the fact is that the game is in the national spotlight makes it that much more important to keep things running smoothly.
So let's think a little positive here then. When the Reds win,
correct,
they will be facing perhaps the St. Louis Cardinals. At least that's who they could be facing Sunday. And if they play the Cardinals, that game will be right here at Great American Ballpark. The Cardinals took care of the Washington Nationals yesterday. They were facing one of their former pitchers, Edwin Jackson, but the Cards had Chris Carpenter on the mound, and he shut down any offense the Nationals could muster. The final score, 8-0 St. Louis. So the Cardinals take a 2-1 lead in that series, and the Cardinals can clinch a trip to the National League Championship Series with a win later this afternoon. First pitch set for 4 o'clock in Washington. And the American League has 2 games today as well. Baltimore at New York, that's at 7:30. New York with a 2-1 lead there. And a fifth and deciding game in Oakland tonight. The Tigers had a late lead last night and blew it. So they go to a fifth and deciding game tonight at 9:30 out in Oakland. So, wow. I mean, baseball couldn't ask for a better Thursday than what they have today. 4 big games on the docket.
Absolutely, and not a better day in weather for sure. I have to tell you, George, in the middle of the night when I've been getting down here doing live reports with Allison.
Middle of the night?
Yeah, it's been the middle of the night.
Oh,
It's about 30, it's about 32 degrees. And I'm guessing it's a little warmer than that right now. Let's go back to the studio to find out how much warmer. Back to you.
Now, with the only tri-state forecast that's independently certified most accurate, here's Power of 5 meteorologist Eric Zarnitz.
That's right, Lisa. Things have warmed up quite a bit. We're now up to around 53 by Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures holding in the upper 60s and lower 70s. For the very latest, you can always hit up our website, WLWT.com, or download our app for the iPhone or the Android.
Well, it is do or die, as we've been telling you, for the Reds, and we have more Lime team coverage coming your way. The team needs to win this afternoon to keep their World Series dreams alive. And the pressure's on. The vice presidential candidates are getting ready to take the stage tonight, where you can take part in a watch party and share your thoughts about the verbal sparring.